Hey everyone, welcome back to the Basic Butch Tarot. My name is Jennifer Rose and I am the head Libra Butch in charge here. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel today. I am a beginning tarot card reader who likes to make their own signature tarot spreads, and I also like to ramble in Libra. Today, this Libra has been thinking about other Libras and air signs and signs ruled by Venus, which would be Taurus and Libra. And I thought that I would do a kind of a check-in read today, a little 4-card check-in read. Let's check in with our Venus-ruled planets to find out where they are with their work and with work, with our habits, with our self-care, and with our relationships. There's all sorts of things happening out there in the atmosphere and astrologically with Venus, and she is conjunct with Pluto right now, which is the planet of extremes. So some of us may be going through some tumultuous times with relationships or with our like our relationships with our friends, our relationships at work, our relationship with ourselves, our relationships with things. We are also just like super magnetic right now. We are able to draw things that we like close to us, but we have to try and give some introspection before we jump right now, because it could be an extreme situation, and we are going to be looking for love in all the places, and some of those places might be the wrong places depending on what day it is right now because of what's going on out there astrologically. So before I continue to ramble on, let's talk about where we're at as far as our work, with our relationship with work is concerned, right? Like, where are we at in our work sphere? Okay, we're in the Page of Swords, so we're starting out with some air sign energy here. So the swords, or as I like to call them, the S words or swords, they represent air, Libra, Gemini, and I think Aquarius is the other air sign. I am not an astrological expert, okay? I am married to someone who is a budding astrological person, but I am not it. So if I'm wrong about that, forgive me and tell me in the comment that I was wrong. So the Page of Swords, as you can see, this is just, the swords is about communication and intellect. And this is, to me, I think, like, it looks like this person's just ready to pounce, right? Just ready to pounce on whatever action it is that they have decided to, present to us. They're determined, a little bit defiant, and just really passionate and energetic and enthusiastic and have just new ideas and plans. So maybe we are excited about some things going on in our work sphere. Maybe we've gotten a new position. Maybe we've gotten a new boss. Maybe we've gotten some new rules that work better for us. I don't know. So at work, we seem to be thriving and we're ambitious and we're still pretty happy there, right? And so this is part 1 of my 3-part read about where are we at now with the astrological weather forecast. So here's where we are now with our work life. We are ambitious and we're happy in it. We've got a lot of good ideas and we're determined, and maybe we're also talking around the water cooler a little bit and doing a little bit of gossip because that makes us happy. So that's what we're doing there at work. Now, what about, where are we at now as far as our habits? And that would mean, just like our personal habits, our everyday habits. And whew, there's another sword. Definitely some air energy in these cards, me and my airy self. So the Knight of Swords is pretty much kind of the same as the Page of Swords, except for just a little further along here. Obviously, the knight has a trusty white pure steed that is going forward just as fast as the knight can tell it to go. And the knight is driven. Just like that horse, the knight is driven to action. Very fast thinking and dedicated, and they have a purpose. So as far as our habits go, like, we know what it is that we like, and we are definitely participating in them. So if we like to drink, we're drinking. If we like to eat, we're eating. And it's the holidays, you all. Like, Libras are going to live it up. And any kind of idea we have, we're just going to immediately go out there and tell everybody about it, because we think that every idea that we have is good. And then we put it in front of people, and then we tell them how good it is. And sometimes it's just that damn good, right? So, it can be, like you're really dedicated right now to your habits, and that can mean good and bad. Maybe you've started out a new workout routine, because sometimes we don't like to follow fads, and we are not going to start working on January 1st unless somebody or lots of somebodies are watching us and doing that together, where we can talk and have some kind of a social interaction about it, our habits. So maybe we've started a new routine. Maybe we're sitting and thinking about our habits. Maybe we have some good ideas about our habits. And if so, write them down right now, people, and be innovative about your habits, okay? And be innovative with your habits, and be mindful with your monies, because we out there spending our habit. Our habit is spending money on people, y'all. Like, we have a relationship. We have a very serious relationship, a very, very fiery, passionate relationship with the people that we love, with the people and the things that we love, because we're ruled by Venus. So we are probably having some really awesome ideas about what kind of Christmas gifts to buy, and we're acting on those ideas. That's our habit. And maybe we're making some stuff too. Like, all the ideas are being put into play right now. Libras, you know who you are too. You know you're doing that. So where are we right now with our self-care? And with self-care, I mean, it could be beauty care, a beauty regimen. It could be, our spirit, how we're taking care of ourselves intuitively. And in the literal sense, and we drew on the 9 of Pentacles, which is an earth card, which begs us, which is actually, look, which begs us to think of Venus, because Venus rules this card. So we have everything that we need right now. All of our needs are met as far as our self-care. We are on top of our self-care. We are taking care of business both inside and out. And we're probably looking inside more as far as our self-care is concerned. Or maybe we're looking more on the outside, and we are spending that money, and we're looking good doing it, right? So self-care, we are abundant in our self-care. We have everything we need to take care of ourselves, and hopefully that means that we're putting that into action, because it looks like everybody here on this card is healthy and wealthy and safe. All desires are met on the self-care front. So we are feeling pretty damn good right about now, right? And we have some monies, and we have everything that we could need to get by. Aren't we privileged and blessed? So that's where we are as far as self-care goes. Like, we can do whatever we want. If we want to buy a $100 bottle of face lotion that says that it will shrink it down tighter than tight, then we will probably be buying that, or we have it and we're trying it, right? It makes me think of Cardi B on Instagram the other day, and I hope that she's doing well. She was talking about, starting to drink some type of honey, and maybe, changing up her diet and everything. And this is self-care. This is the time to do that. It's time to get some plans in place, especially because, in the full moon asks us to get rid of the things that no longer serve us. So if we're buying that $100 bottle of lotion now while we got the monies, honey, while we've got all the ideas at work, and maybe that's giving us some bonus money somewhere, or, you know, and then we also have all the energy and the drive to go after it. Like maybe we need to buy that $100 bottle of lotion right now and then find out whether or not it works for us, like real quick, like, so we can get rid of it and not buy another bottle, right? I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me. And the last card is, where are we at right now with our relationships? Where are we at? What are we doing? Oh, holy hell, y'all. Our relationships are tanked. So maybe we have ended a relationship. I'm really feeling that Venus conjunct Pluto energy when I drew that card. The Tower is just devastation. It's a loss. It's a complete loss. It's just an upheaval, as you can tell. There's nothing happy about this card, right? Except for there's a card after it. So Venus conjunct Pluto is telling us that we're going to extremes. So, you know, if we're in all these good vibes and we're opulent, we are opulent. I can't get off of that word, y'all. And if we have all the money and we have the ideas and the passion, the drive, the ambition, and the dedication to do all of this stuff, I guess we don't have enough of that energy to put into our relationships. Or maybe we've started something off with this energy here that already has kind of gone down in flames of extremes because of the conjunct with Pluto and Venus. So I'm not going to say that all is lost here, y'all, but our relationships need some tending to. And looking ahead, it's probably, unless you know that this is the one, unless you know, and believe me, we know, right? Like, it doesn't matter what astrological sign you are. If you pay close attention to your intuition, you know when something is a real good idea, right? Like you feel it right deep down inside, and there's nothing that will stop you. Kind of like this card, from taking that idea, from taking that idea and running with it. So maybe Mr. and Mrs. Hunky that you hooked up with turned out to be kind of a farce, right? Just kind of, it looked good. It was better than it looked better than it really was. And so we didn't put any time or energy into it, and maybe even got passive aggressive about it and just tanked the whole thing. So we're just going to worry about buying presents and drinky and making everybody happy to the holiday season. And we'll deal with this shit sometime later, right? Our relationships. But do not let this be the relationship with yourself, because we are on top of our self-care game, and we cannot let our relationships tank because of our need to party and our need to feel loved at all times and surrounded at all times. Don't tank all your relationships, you know, but definitely do give a hard look at your relationships, especially if this is what's happening, and maybe just chill for a minute, right? So that's where we're at right now with our work, our habits, our self-care, and our relationships. And I am definitely not going to leave this read off with a fiery and blazing relationship card, a doomed, bad, dismal, over it, not happening relationship card. I would like to see, okay, so what are we going to do in response to these things? Like, what is our next step? What is the next step? Here's the energy that we have now. The next read I will do will be to talk about what energies we need to balance. We will do a 4-card read about that. And then we will tie it all up with Venus in retrograde on Sunday. So what is the card that pushes us forward? What is the ending result here, especially from this relationship card? Like, we don't want to stay in that kind of energy. This was a perfectly great, powerful, wonderful read, right? So what is this final card? All right, the 6 of Swords. Damn, y'all. I got 3 air sign cards here, 3 S words cards here, and that is a 6 of Swords. So that means after a battle, that you have figured out it's time for you to go. It's time for you to get the shit that you love. It's time to take whatever you got left, your energy, your love, your money, all that, and take it and just go on. New path, new start. There you have it, folks. That is my Libra leaned read for Where Are We Now? On Friday, December, what date is it? I think it's December 17th, Friday, December 17th, a day before a full cold moon. And it's also a lucky moon as well because of another astrological aspect that's happening. Like, this is just really active right now. So consult whoever it is that you normally consult for your astrology, and come back here to Basic Butch Tarot channel and find out the difference between where we are now and where we are and need to balance tomorrow ahead of Venus in retrograde.